Hello everybody, up with another review here. In this case we're going to take a look at the VK28.01. I am not really a fan of playing scout tanks, like at all. I play more than 20k battles now and I just think they're not that great and they never looked that fun. The only real scout tank that I played a lot was the 1390, usually in team battles. But some of the scouts got buffed. I do believe that the Russian top tier scout got buffed, and so did this VK. Yeah, we can take a look at the armor loadout, but it's a freaking scout. You can pen it everywhere, just with about everything you're shooting it at. Like, I think the highest armor is about 60 or something. Like, it's 70 around here. I don't know. Like, everything you will meet will pen you, basically. Even tanks, even some tanks will with HE will have no issues. There really is no use of taking a look at this for the armor reasons. Obviously, it's a scout. What you need is maneuverability, camo, and hopefully a good gun. And that's the fun part about this tank, actually. It has the 1005 or the 10.5 howitzer that comes on all the German tanks. It's the KWKL28. And that's also the gun you should be using. Don't try and be like funny with all the other ones. Just go for the derp gun and load up a lot of HE shells. You don't want to bother putting any AP in this. The penetration is way too low. You're never gonna pen anything with it. What you need is a lot of HE and I think around 10 heat shells for if you want to get around some heavy tanks or some medium tanks of the higher tiers, and you can penetrate the back of the tank or maybe even the side on, like, say, a Foch or a Tiger. So keep that in mind. You don't want to use any AP. Just go with a lot of HE and some heat, and that would be just fine. So I'm gonna take a look at the HE stats. Obviously, the penetration is not high. It's 50-50. The funny thing about this is, though, that a lot of the German TDs of the new line, the Pens Soufflés, the Waffles, you can pen those. You can pen the back of medium tanks. You can pen the sides and the rear of some American heavy tanks. So if your game knowledge is out there and you know, like, all right, this is a really weak spot, and usually it's really simple. You just need to get to the back of the tank or the side of the tank. Then, and if you know what you're shooting, the HE can do a lot of damage, 410 damage, and it reloads really quick in a little less than 7 seconds. So yeah, really neat little gun to have. It's also really fun to use versus other scouts that you will meet. If you can pen them for 410, a lot of light tanks at tier 6 and 7 are at half health. And you can basically two-shot those or completely wreck their day by killing crew members and modules and stuff like that. Obviously, the velocity and stuff is not high at all, and you should not be sniping with this gun unless there's really nothing better to do. So yeah, keep that in mind. The accuracy, terrible. 0.527 is basically really bad. It's like KV2 standards, I think. So you need to be a little bit up close if you want to really make those HE shots pen, or just be really lucky and shoot at French tanks or stuff like that. So the aiming time is quite nice, 2 seconds, but even if you're fully aimed, you're never gonna hit the side of a barn, basically. So yeah, it's more of a fun tank than a real serious tank, and I'll show you 2 replays showing you why you should pick it up. Obviously, it's nice and speedy, 650 horsepower for such a tank is really nice. At the first speed of 46, it goes forward almost 70 kilometers an hour and in reverse 22. So yeah, that's all you need to know about the scout tank. The health is 610 versus light tanks. It's alright. And what's actually kind of funny is that the weight of this tank kind of allows you to ram other lights, but you should really just focus on shooting them down with your derp gun and not try to ram things. I did manage to pick up a kill or 2 by other light scout tanks that tried to ram me, such as like a Type 64, stuff like that. It's like complete and utter paper and have no weight to them. So the weight is actually quite high for a scout tank. So if it comes down to it, you can ram like other tier 6s, especially the 12T, or like I said, like the Type 62 or 64, whatever the Hellcat variation is. And the view range is quite nice. I was using optics on it, which gives it 429 meters of view range, which is very nice for a tier 6 scout. So yeah, let's hop on into some replays. Alright, so here we are on Erlenberg, and this is actually the very first game I've ever played in this tank. And I think by the end of this you will know why I grew quite fond of it. So, as I said, we're on Erlenberg, but we're facing a lot of tier 8s. That's about 6 tier 8s and a lot of tier 7s. And then there's just a couple of scouts. Now the enemy Humble decided to drown. That's obviously very good for us. So here we see some AMX. Can we pen that? Oh no, we couldn't. We couldn't even hit him. The side of the AMX. Oh yes, and we do manage to pen that one. 422 damage on a tier 8 heavy. Obviously, it's a French heavy and it's not well armored, and we hit the side of the tank flush on. So that was really nice. Obviously, this is a really good scouting spot. This is where I usually go in my medium, sometimes even heavy tanks, just to scout everybody coming into this flank. Obviously, the enemy team has to cross the bridge to get there, so it's a lot tougher to get into a good position here if you're scouting. So now I'm kind of focused on the 30, but now the Centurion 1 comes in, rams me for a little bit, but I do drive backward, don't take that much ramming damage. Try to track him, but obviously we're in a tough spot here. We used to repair it really fast. Can we get out of here? I'm just trying to do damage or hit the tracks. Just aiming for the body of the tank. Trying to hit either the tank itself or hope to hit the tracks. So I don't have a lot of health anymore, 258. But I do have a lot of teammates behind me. Now he gets tracked. I tried to shoot for the engine deck there, we don't hit him. I keep looking above the building to see where he's aiming at. He just shot Fush. And now he's kind of distracted. We try and go to the back and we can pen this. Yes we can, 457 with HE. On the tier 8 scout in the back. Very nice. Already done 1200 damage in a tier 6 scout in a tier 8 game. Only shooting tier 8 tanks. Maxwell gets taken out by an IS-3. Not sure where he was. I think it was to the right of the castle there. We see this 1375 trying to get away. We do hit him on the move. We don't pen him. However, we probably hit him in the turret or gun method or something like that. So he gets away. See, there's still an 87. Maybe we can get a cheeky shot into that guy before we head on over to the other flank. Obviously, scouting so aggressively in this map gave our entire team the chance to just move out, knowing exactly what they're gonna face. So that was a really easy victory on this flank. And also note that I kind of that shot in the 87. I should have just aimed it, and we could have had that kill for about 40 if we were lucky with the HE splash. Now they're almost at our base with Type 59 and their scouts, the Chevy and the ELC AMX, but we do have a lot of tier 7s near that, so that should not be that much of a problem. So we make our way about halfway there just to see how much help they need. And being this the first game that I've played with this tank, I make the crucial mistake of actually trying to snipe with this. This is something you don't want to find yourself doing unless there's seriously nothing else better to do. Because the accuracy, it's a derp gun, you know, slow shell velocity. You really should not be doing this unless it's your very last option. So I take several shots here. Like, I should have already moved out, gone somewhere else. Keep trying, however, but here I grow tired of it. I see a T-34. And that's actually an interesting target. It is a tier 8 heavy from the Americans, but a lot of the American heavy tanks have really bad side armor.
Critical hit.
And there I actually hit the type with the snipe. I can't believe it. 111 damage, you almost kill him as well. Fush takes him out. Also with a snipe shot there. But yeah, the T-44, American heavies have really bad side armor. The T-29, T-44, T-32, the M103, even the E5 have really bad side armor. And we can pen the T-34 if we can hit either the engine deck on the sides or the back, obviously. So we're gonna try and do that. Like, this is the first time I'm playing this, so I'm already like amazed that I've done 1500 damage with this little derp gun. So here we see, I'm looking around third person, see the Chevy, shows his back. We pen him for 415 with an HE shell. Now he's trying to be cheeky. Does he look at us? No, he doesn't. Right, maybe we can shoot this guy. And there we go. I think we actually hit that in the engine deck or just below, not hitting the tracks. The tracks could have easily absorbed it, like that shot there. So that was kind of lucky, but a very nice pen for 415-ish damage. Chevy thinks he can take us out, but obviously with our derp gun we can take that hit of the Chevy and take the Chevy out. So we've only fired HE at tier 8 and like one tier 6 and a 1375. We've done 2,447 damage. And now I'm just rushing to the T-29 to get some cheeky damage, but Foch ends up taking him out because, like I said, it's really easy to pen those American tanks if you're that close. So yeah, that was my very first game in this thing, and ever since this game, I'm like, this is actually a really fun game. So, or rather, a really fun tank. So I take it out every time I'm like tired of playing the same old mediums at tier 10 and stuff like that. And it recently got buffed, I believe, in 9.1. So after these buffs, I have no clue how good it was before. It used to be a tier 5, and I think it used to be really good back in the day when Heat wasn't nerfed yet, when Heat could pen through the tracks and stuff like that. But I have no clue about that. I only played the 9.1 version. I only know this version, and I really like this version. Alright, so let's take a look at the Erlenberg post-battle stats here. Obviously, it was a mastery badge. This was my very first game, so I was happy to ace it right away. But I do enjoy it so much that I never sold it. So I continue to play this tank, even though I got a mastery badge in the first battle there. And I also need the XP, obviously, to unlock the tier 7 scout. So we did pick up a Confederate medal there, and if we take a look at the XP, Foch is first with 1250, because he got the scouting in the beginning of the game for almost 1900. Because he was up that hill, and I was busy killing a Centurion, and stuff like that. So, but still very nice XP for me, 1164. Me and Foch end up doing the most damage. I was actually top on damage for that team in a tier 8 game. So yeah, once you are able to pen those tanks, and with the reload and the alpha comes together, it's a really nice damage total there. And yeah, we did not shoot any heat. We only spent 2,560 credits on ammunition, and we made a 34,000 credit profit. And even without premium, we still would have made 21k. So that's pretty damn nice. So the base XP was 1,746 times 2. That was almost 3,500. And that in little over 5 minutes. So I was quite happy with this game. It was the first game ever, and after this game I was, yeah, quite fond of this little tank. Alright, so we are now on Pearl River. I'm playing together with Maxwell and Foch. Foch is in the same tank I am at, and Maxwell is in his T21. All tier 6 scouts with the same kind of matchmaking, tier 6 to tier 9. And we're having a pretty good time here because our matchmaking is not rough at all. We're only meeting tier 7s. And as you will note, a lot of those tier 7s are not well armored. So the VK, as like any scout, it has decent speed or good speed. So we're trying to get up into the offensive position here. T21 had the same idea, but we pen him for 426. Then we don't pen him, shoot him in the tracks, almost get hit by RT. He shoots again. Can we finish him off? He shoots. Yes, we can. That's the T21 down in 3 shots. Could have been 2 if I penned that second shot. So we already took a little bit of damage. RT almost hit us, but we're safe for now. So we'll just take a look around, see what's happening here before we move out. We can go up that road up north here. So there's a Chihi and a Panzer Soufflé in the back there. All paper tanks, so we might be able to one-shot that Panzer Soufflé. Because do remember, the HE has an average damage of 410. So that was a terrible shot. Probably should have aimed a little bit longer. That was third person and like maybe aim for like 2 seconds out of like the 3 we need. So too bad we didn't get that RT. That could have been a one-shot kill. Foch ends up killing that Panzer Soufflé. That's the tier 7 one, not the tier 5 one. For the last hit for about 400 damage, penning it. And yeah, they don't seem to have any tanks in this flank, only a scout and the RT that we just missed. So can we take some revenge here? T1 goes in, hits him, rams him for 40, I think. Take our hit, we aim, we shoot, and it's a one-hit kill. 332. Scout misses us. I don't think he's I don't think he is using the gun. Oh. I don't think he's using the autoloader. And what was funny there is that like we tracked him right at the spot that he couldn't shoot back anymore. Because even the light tanks on the Chinese side of things have no gun depression at all. So he couldn't do nothing towards me. He can only shoot my teammate there who might die. He's also on low health, 60. So we take him out. And our teammate lives in the death toaster over there. So what else can we kill? It's 8-4 right now, so we're winning quite handily. There's a K1S and a Chi-Ri on the other side of the map. That means that there is another pencil flare T25-2 here, the RT is still alive, and the Tiger could also still be here, but it is unlikely. We already have racked up 3 kills, killed T21, the RT, and the other scout. So now we find just about everybody. We find the KV1 that was apparently still alive. T25-2 that's still alive. T25-2s are a fun target to shoot because we can pen those pretty easily for doing full damage with HE shells. And obviously this gorilla stands no chance if we do manage to hit him. So we aim, we kill that guy. The tier 7 TD is there, but those German TDs have no armor whatsoever. Take the shot, completely miss, was not fully aimed, and this gun is not really accurate, but if it hits that target, he will have his day ruined. So let's see if I can get some targets here without getting shot back at. So now I'm like, oh, we might as well take out the KV1 and hide behind that rock. Oh, that's the tier 7, he's looking our way, we hide behind the rock. Maxwell's to my left, he looks to the left to Maxwell. I take the hit, take the snapshot there, 351 damage. Pretty good. And he stands no choice here, you can only look one way. He switches between me and Maxwell, gives us both the opportunity to shoot him. We take him out, 5 kills now. TD5-2 here. If we pen him, we can kill him in one shot. Oh, and we miss him. Maxwell also runs into me there, but I don't think it would have mattered much. Can we take another shot here? Bang, the frontal upper plate. We can't pen that. We should have shot the engine deck there. Maxwell takes him out, however, and we are still on 5 kills. Maxwell has 1 kill. So now there's a Tiger 1 and a KV1S left. And if we look at the map, we can see that they're both south, and the KV1S is just killed our artillery, so that's a great success. If they can kill this artillery, it would be a perfect game. So, yeah, me and Maxwell are just rushing home because this IS-2 and the Churchill are looking to cap, and I'm looking to do more damage. We've done 2k in a tier 7 game with 5 kills, so that's quite nice. And of course, Tiger 1, if we get into the back of the Tiger 1, I think we can pen them with HE, if not heat. Of course, the heat has only 101 pen, but that's more than enough for the back of a Tiger. That shot was so close. Oh well. So here we do something really odd. You should not really snipe with this thing. Like, if it works, it's really satisfying, but 9 out of 10 times it's not gonna work. So I'm just gonna try and close the distance without getting shot at, trying to use this rock in front of me. The Tiger 1 seems more interested in killing our RT. I'm just trying to take some pot shots here. You never know if you hit him or not. You might as well. That also almost hits. Note that we did load the heat for the last 2 shots to get that Tiger 1. If we can pen him, that will be another 350-ish damage. So here we aim a little bit better at the back of the tank, thinking I could pen that with HE. Apparently we can't. So I shoot another HE. That was 161, it's a lot better, but that's still not a pen. So I reload into the heat, and it's perfectly the side of the Tiger. We can pen that, 305 damage, very nice for the scout. And note that they're almost gonna cap in 16 seconds here, so gotta hurry up. So that was the frontal plate from the Tiger 1. We can't pen that if it's at the small angle, we can't pen that anymore. But he was looking down there. We actually penned it for 365. And can we get the last shot off before we cap? Oh, we can. Oh! But the heat does not pen, and we fully cap. So the Tiger gets away with 20 health, but we do manage to do 3k damage in that game. Alright, let's take a look at the post-battle stats for the Pearl River game in our VK. Obviously, it was a mastery badge, and we got a high caliber in a little scout. Because we managed to do almost 3k damage. That is ridiculously high for a tier 6 in a tier 7 game. We managed up to get 5 kills, almost a top gun, 1504 base XP there. And the Tiger that got away did very little damage, but he did get away. So yeah, top XP, obviously. Maxwell was second. And yeah, we basically carried the game in a light tank. Obviously, the enemy tanks were very kind to us because most of their tier 7s, like this TD, are basically don't have any armor. You can pen those, and that basically made it a really nice game. We killed both artilleries, which is always fun. And yeah, I think this really shows what this little VK can do. We did have to shoot some heat, I think 5 heat shells, if I remember correctly. We still made a profit on premium. Without premium, we didn't. Some of those heat shells were kind of foolish, like I shot 2 on the run, so should probably not be doing stuff like that. We end up traveling a lot as well. We do get some assistance as well due to tracking and spotting, so that's always nice. Almost 1,000 there. So that was overall a really nice game, and I do believe this is one of my higher XP games in this little scout. So I hope you guys enjoyed this replay as well. So yes, the VK. A really fun scout, a tank I really overlooked whilst playing this game, and ever since the buffs, I don't know if you guys sold it or something after it got severely nerfed, but this tank right now in 9.1, a joy to play and a really fun tank, a cheap tank to pick up, and yeah, I can just recommend you getting one if you're tired of playing the same old tanks at tier 10 or stuff like that, and you just want to have some fun. This tank just might be for you. It certainly was for me. I'm really happy I picked it up. The gun is just a lot of fun on the platform of this tank. Nice and agile, just really speedy. Obviously has no armor, but the gun is just hilarious, especially if you are able to pen the higher tiers like the Foch tier 9 or some tier 8s like in this replay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'll be sure to make some more. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube, and you might want to check if I'm live streaming right now over on twitch.tv/Circon. Anyways, guys, good luck on the battlefield. I'll see you guys next time.